I spent 40 years building a career I was proud of. I literally counted down the days to my retirement, dreaming of endless free time, travel, and just relaxing. The permanent vacation I'd earned. But here's what no one warned me about, what no financial planner ever puts in a brochure: the silence. On day one of my so-called permanent vacation, I didn't feel free. I felt invisible. For decades, whenever someone asked, "So, what do you do?" I had an answer. I was a manager, a mentor, a leader. My calendar was my map. My deadlines gave me direction, and my colleagues were my community. Then, almost overnight, it was all gone. I had retired from my job, sure, but I felt like I had also retired from my identity. And that feeling of purposelessness was crushing. This isn't just my story. It's a quiet struggle that's far more common than we talk about. We spend so much time planning for how we will pay for retirement, that we forget to plan for who we will be in it. So, today, I want to share the profound, and sometimes painful lessons learned about finding out who I am when my career was no longer there to define me. Lesson 1. The honeymoon and the crash. The first few months were pretty much exactly what I had imagined. I slept in. I finally tackled all those projects around the house I had been putting off for years. Took the big trip I'd always dreamed of. Researchers call this the honeymoon phase of retirement, and believe me, it feels wonderful. There's this initial high, a giddy sense of freedom from the 9-to-5 grind. The alarm clock is off for good, the commute is a distant memory, and every single day feels like Saturday. But then, the novelty starts to wear off. The house projects get done. That wide-open schedule starts to feel less like freedom and more like a big, empty void. The phone stops ringing with calls from work. Your former colleagues, who were such a huge part of your daily life, are busy and moving on. The problems you were so good at solving are now being solved by someone else. Slowly but surely, the entire structure that had held up my life for 40 years had been taken down, and I felt myself just drifting. I would find myself wandering from room to room, feeling restless, but with no idea what to do with myself. I was bored, and then I felt guilty for being bored. I felt this quiet sadness I just couldn't shake. My sense of achievement, that daily validation of a job well done, was gone. And in its place was a question that just echoed in the silence: is this it? For so many of us, our careers aren't just how we make a living, they are how we build our identity, structure our days, and find our meaning. Losing that can feel like losing yourself. It's not some character flaw, it's a natural reaction to one of the biggest transitions you will ever go through. In fact, studies show a significant number of retirees find the emotional shift of stopping work much harder than they expected, struggling with that same boredom and lack of purpose. It's a retirement identity crisis, and it's very real. So, how do you get through it? How do you rebuild a life with meaning when the central pillar of your identity is gone? It starts with learning a few hard lessons. Lesson 2. Acknowledge the emotional roller coaster. The first and most important lesson is this: give yourself permission to feel everything. The joy, the relief, the freedom, but also the grief, the anxiety, and a deep sense of loss. For many people, retirement isn't just a party, it's a mourning process. You're grieving a role that was a core part of you for decades. Researchers have even found that many retirees go through distinct psychological phases: the fun honeymoon, followed by a slump of disenchantment and confusion, before eventually finding their footing again. I felt this so deeply. I was supposed to be happy, but honestly, I just felt lost. And I felt guilty for not being happy. It's a strange, disorienting cocktail of emotions. Just knowing that this turbulence is a normal part of the deal is the first step. You are not alone in feeling this way. It isn't a sign you've failed at retirement, it's a sign that your work mattered to you. Accepting those feelings, without judging them, is the only way forward. You have to let go of what retirement is supposed to feel like and just make room for how it actually feels. Lesson 3, you are more than your job title. For years, my go-to introduction was my name followed by my job title. It was my shortcut for who I was when I lost that title. I felt like I had lost my story. But the second lesson is realizing that you are not and never were just your profession. Your career was a role you played, a really important one, but it's not the whole story of who you are. The challenge, and frankly, the opportunity of retirement is to reconnect with the person underneath the professional mask. This means you have to do a little digging. Ask yourself, what did I love before I even had a career? What was I passionate about? What made me curious? Who was I at 18, with dreams that had nothing to do with a retirement fund? This process is about shifting your source of identity from external validation, like a promotion or successful project, to your own internal values. You're still a leader, a creator, a problem solver, a mentor. You just have to find new places to let those parts of you shine. If you're retired, what's one part of your identity you've rediscovered since leaving your career? Drop it in the comments. Your story just might be the spark that someone else needs. Lesson 4, purpose and productivity aren't the same thing. Our society worships productivity, doesn't it? We're taught that our worth is tied to what we produce, achieve and earn. When that vanishes in retirement, a lot of us can feel this nagging productivity guilt. We feel like we should be doing something important, but we are no longer sure what that is. Untangle your sense of purpose from your old definition of productivity. Purpose isn't about being busy, it's about being engaged in something that matters to you. It's about finding what gets you excited to get out of bed in the morning. And the research is clear on this. Retirees with a strong sense of purpose are healthier, happier and even live longer. The new purposes doesn't have to be some grand, world-changing thing. It can be found in small, consistent actions. It could be volunteering for a local cause, mentoring a young person in your field, or finally mastering a skill you've always wanted to learn. Lesson 5, intentionally rebuild your community. One of the biggest, most underestimated losses in retirement is your workplace social life. Those casual hellos by the coffee machine, the shared inside jokes, the camaraderie of a team, those things make up a huge part of our social world. When you retire, that built-in community disappears, and the risk of loneliness and isolation is incredibly real. You have to be intentional about building new social connections. Unlike at work, it won't just happen on its own. This means you have to seek out your new tribes. Join a club, a book club, a hiking group, a pickleball league, whatever. Take a class at a community college. Reconnect with old friends you lost touch with when you were busy climbing the career ladder. Lesson 6, embrace the in-between. There's a period in retirement, after the honeymoon but before you have really found your new groove that feels. In between. You've let go of your old identity, but you haven't fully grabbed onto the new one yet. It can feel messy and confusing. The key is to see this time not as a crisis, but as an exploration. Think of it as a blank canvas. For the first time in decades, you have the freedom to experiment. To try new things and decide they're not right for you. To follow your curiosity without needing a 5-year plan. This is your time for reinvention. This isn't about arriving at some perfect, new post-retirement identity overnight. It's about the journey of getting to know yourself again. It's a chance to build a life based not on what others expect of you, but on what truly makes you, you. Retirement is an invitation to stop defining yourself by what you do and start defining yourself by who you are. Learn to accept the emotional ride, to see that your identity is so much bigger than a job. redefine your purpose on your own terms, and actively seek to build a new community. Retirement isn't a retreat from life, it's a realignment with yourself. It's the beginning of a new chapter where you, finally, get to write the script. If you're feeling lost in this transition, just know the path forward isn't about finding a replacement for your old job. It's about uncovering the person who was there all along. What was your biggest takeaway from this? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you found this video helpful, please like and share with someone who may need some retirement encouragement. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.